Just 30 minutes to kick off noon Eastern Time. Mark Rogers TV's college football predictions. Week 12. We're down to the last 2 weeks of the regular season. Here we go. Got a couple upsets. Nothing too crazy. Maybe we should have learned our lesson last week that you got to go against the chalk if you want to stand out. Well, don't have a whole lot here for you, but I got TCU, Oklahoma State, and I got TCU 6.5 point underdog winning at home against Oklahoma State. Go Horned Frogs plus the 6.5 and take that as a confidence pick. All right, to Ohio State, Michigan State, and all week with Sparty coming off the deck against Rutgers. That obviously has to be taken into consideration because of the Scarlet Knights' ineptitude that Michigan State's going to make this game against Ohio State. The line has dropped to 20, though, so take the Buckeyes minus the 20 at Michigan State. Texas A&M covers 27 against Texas San Antonio. Nebraska, Maryland. I know Armstrong's in. Fife is in. Armstrong out. But I still like Nebraska at home to cover 12.5 against Maryland, who has been throttled against quality opponents in recent weeks. Wisconsin, Purdue. The cold weather coming to the Midwest may hurt some offenses. But, man, the Badgers covered the 28 against Purdue. I know it's on the road. LSU-Florida, huge game for the Gators. LSU, the superior team. Florida's going to have all sorts of trouble scoring in this game, but it's 14.5 the spread. I expected a full 7 or 8 points in this game, but 14.5. LSU wins. Take the Gators and the points. Utah, Oregon. I like the 2 touchdowns with Oregon. Utah challenged scoring, unless they may get things untracked against the Ducks. The Ducks have been that bad. Still, I take Utah to win the game fairly comfortably, but the 14 points with Oregon. Clemson, Wake. Love Wake with the 24 points here against Clemson at home. Clemson's issues, they're still a really good team, one of the top 5 to 10 in the country, but their issues that they've shown, it's just not flipping the switch. They have real issues in the running game in particular. Tennessee, Mizzou. Tennessee covers 17. Colorado, Washington State. Huge game in the Pac-12. And Colorado wins at home by that much. Washington State plus 6. Michigan, Indiana confidence pick. Maybe I'm a sucker on this one just because John O'Korn, who's been a capable quarterback at Houston, we've talked about it many times, coming in relief because of Wilson Speight going down. I like Michigan to win at home against Indiana to bounce back from the Iowa game, but Indiana's been extremely difficult on tough opponents in the Big Ten. They will be again today, plus the 25 points. Indiana plus 25 against Michigan. Michigan wins. Take the confidence pick here with the Hoosiers. We got Florida State, Syracuse. Take Syracuse at home plus the 23. Florida State, DeAndre Francois a bit banged up in this one. Florida State wins comfortably. Stanford, Cal. The game out there. Stanford wins. Issues scoring, but against the Cal defense, nobody has issues scoring. So Stanford wins, but Cal keeps it close enough with Davis Webb at quarterback, plus 11. All right, Washington, Arizona State. Huskies bounce back, but they're on the road. And I know Arizona State's been having all sorts of issues. They're getting 27.5 points. And Washington's going to be mad about what happened last week. I get all that. But they're on the road. They haven't played well on the road. They have not been dominant. They will not be dominant tonight. Arizona State plus the 27.5. Penn State wipes out Rutgers. I know this could be a trap. If you look at Rutgers, everything stands out, like the 78-0 against Michigan, 58-0 against Ohio State. It was 49-0 against Michigan State. Okay, they played Minnesota very close. They played Indiana close. 2 comparable teams to a certain extent to Penn State. I know Penn State has the ranking, but if you look at the results against Indiana and against Minnesota, it's pretty comparable. Penn State's been in dogfights against those 2 teams. So this would look like a sucker bet. But I'm going to take Penn State with motivation of the college football playoff and the Big Ten championship to roll, covering 26.5 in a confidence pick. USC, UCLA, love this game, traditional rivalry. UCLA just doesn't have it, but they're going to keep this one close. Plus the 14, USC wins fairly comfortably. And finally, West Virginia, Oklahoma. The Big 12 hopes ride on this one, and the winner will advance with some more life next week. I like West Virginia at home and the 3.5 points. West Virginia plus the 3.5 against the Sooners. Would love to hear your picks. Write them in. we'll discuss and we'll find out what happens right here on Mark Rogers TV.